Thanks for watching this Tech to Connect video tutorial. The topic of this tutorial is Introduction to Built-in Accessibility Features of Windows 10 Vision. Changing your device's accessibility features allows you to customize Windows 10 to match your unique needs and preferences. In this video, I will discuss how to locate your device's accessibility features in Settings, and then I'll provide a brief overview of the options for Vision. You'll start by locating the Windows icon in the bottom left corner of your screen. Click on this icon and it will bring up a menu. On the lower left side of the menu will be a variety of icons. Locate the one that looks like a small gear, labeled Settings. Click on this icon. Once in Settings, find the Ease of Access option. Click on this icon and it will open your accessibility options. On the left-hand side, you'll see a variety of tabs. They're divided into three categories: Vision, Hearing, and Interaction. In this video, we will be discussing the first category, Vision. It's divided into multiple subcategories. The first is Display, and Display makes your display easier to see. The first option is to make text bigger. As you can see in this box, it says Sample Text. And with this, you're able to drag this slider bar until the text is easier for you to read. So what you'll do is you'll put your mouse pointer over the bar, click with your left mouse button and hold, and if you drag it to the right, you'll notice that sample text size in the box is getting larger. So if you release your mouse button and come down here to the Apply button and click, okay, it's now made all of the text that you can see that size. So now to return it back to the default size, we're going to go back to that slider bar. We'll click and hold and slide it back to the left till it hits 100%. We'll hit our Apply button again. And it's now been returned to the default setting. You're also able to change the size of apps and text on your display. You can use this slider bar to change the brightness of your screen. And there are some additional options here to simplify and personalize Windows. Our next subcategory is the mouse pointer. And with this set of options, you're able to make the mouse pointer easier to see. So this slider bar changes your pointer size. So again, you operate it by clicking your left mouse button and holding. And if you slide to the right, it will make your pointer larger. If you slide it all the way to the left, it restores it to its default size. Here, you're able to change the pointer color. Your options are white, black. This option allows you, it will change if you go onto a dark background, it will change the cursor to white. And here is a custom color option. Next, we have the magnifier. And the magnifier allows you to zoom in on parts of your display. You're able to turn this option on and off by clicking the button with your mouse. And here you're able to hit the plus. If you hit the plus, it increases it in 25% increments. So as you can see now, everything on the screen has suddenly gotten larger. All right, if you hit the minus button, it reduces it back down to the default of 100%. You're also able to change how you view this Right now that was on full screen, so when we increase the size, everything on the screen increased. If I were to change this by hitting the drop-down menu arrow, and I do lens, now that magnification has switched to only as if I'm holding a handheld magnifying glass. So it's only going to enlarge those things that I'm hovering over with my mouse button. So I'm going to change this back to full screen and decrease it down to 100%. Okay. And I'll turn the magnifier off since I'm not going to be using it. Now we'll come over here to color filters. Color filters allows you to make photos and colors easier to see by applying a color filter. And again, that's turned on and off by clicking on and off button. When you do that, you're able to change to grayscale or to adjust for color blindness, both red-green or blue-yellow. Next, we have a high contrast option, which makes your text and apps easier to see. High contrast is, again, turned on and off by clicking the button. And it's now applying the high contrast option to our settings. All right, so now it's switched to this theme, which is the high contrast black, and allows you some additional options for customizing here. So it was our previous screen, it's now been changed to high contrast. So here when you see a drop-down menu, and we have a couple of different options. So I'm going to click on the high contrast black again to get out of that drop-down menu. And we're going to go back to our default screen. So I'm going to turn off the high contrast by hovering over the button, clicking once. And it's returning my screen back to its regular settings. All right, and finally we have Narrator. And Narrator is a screen reader that describes what's on your screen. And it can be controlled by your keyboard, a touch screen, if you have that, and or a mouse. And again, Narrator is turned on and off with a simple button. Click of your mouse. Okay, now that we're done with our settings for vision, I'm going to exit out of our settings. And I'll do that by going up here to the arrow in the top left-hand corner. I'm going to click the back button. And then I'm going to come over here to the top right-hand corner, and I'm going to click the red X or close to close that screen. This has been a brief overview of the Windows 10 accessibility features for Vision. Thanks for tuning in, and make sure to check out the rest of our video tutorials on the Tech to Connect website.